And your guide for driving that attention inward can be your breath. So in this mountain pose, begin to tune into your inhales and your exhales. And the spaces in between those inhales and exhales. So you might even emphasize for a few breaths those pauses. After the inhale, you feel the fullness. And then after your exhale, you might be able to tune into that kind of almost like emptiness. So if you go a little further, almost like a vacuum feeling. You might exaggerate a bit more your inhales. So even when you think you can't take any more air in, just pause for a moment and see if just a slight bit more comes in. And then as you exhale and you find that pause at the end of the exhale, you might be able to push a little remnant air out. So focusing on the breath for a few more moments, just that breath and exploring it. So not getting too rigid with it. And maybe exploring its boundaries. And you might be able to tune into the sound of the breath. And then eventually you might find that that breath becomes a little bit smoother. So we began by exploring the spaces in between them. So we kind of had to separate inhales from exhales. And after doing that, and after exploring the edges or the boundaries of those inhales and those exhales, now you begin to smooth it out. So the boundaries might not be as clear. The pause between inhale and exhale might be a little shorter. And the inhales and exhales might flow into one another. At a similar length. Maybe you could visualize that breath. You might think of it as a wave. The higher peaks of the wave are your inhale, the lower peaks are your exhale. And there's a continuum. As you visualize that breath, you begin to notice the movement that goes with that breath, and also a continuum, also a wave. And then see if you can stay with that image of that wave as we begin to practice and we begin to move in more obvious ways. Try and begin with that image of the wave, and then you add on the movement, and the movement adapts to that wave of breath. So as best you can, you smooth out that movement. So it's also a continuum, even if though I'm guiding into poses and we'll pause in a pose, or if that pose has a name, has a certain goal, a certain expectation of what it looks like, see if there still can be this smoothness and this continuum between poses. So you're not only focused on the end goal of a pose, but and how you get there and how you come out of it and how you move into the next pose. Just like that continuous wave. And so we'll play a bit with that today. So with your next inhale, bring hands to your heart, rest your thumbs at your chest. And then on your exhale, lower the chin to your chest. Take a full breath in here. And then exhale, lower the right ear to the right shoulder. And take a breath in here. And bring your chin back to the chest on the exhale. Inhale here. And then left ear to left shoulder on the exhale. And inhale here. And chin back to your chest. And then inhale here. And right ear, right shoulder. And inhale here. And chin back to your chest. Inhale here. And left ear, left shoulder. And inhale here. And chin back to your chest. And now as you inhale, reach your arms wide, lift them overhead. And on your exhale, arms wide and down by your side, lower the chin to your chest. Inhale as the arms lift, the gaze lifts. Maybe you're looking at your palms. Exhale, arms lower and chin and gaze lowers. And one more time, inhale, arms lift, gaze lifts. Exhale, arms lower and gaze lower. Now as you inhale, arms lift. And then as you exhale, right hand lowers by your side and reach up and over with your left. Back through center, inhale. And then to the other side, exhale. And center, inhale. And again, exhale, side stretch. And center, inhale. And side stretch, exhale. Now as you inhale, arms lift. And on your exhale, arms lower. Bend your knees, chair pose on your inhale. And exhale, both arms lower, reach them back behind you. Inhale, arms lift, the knees are still bent. Exhale, arms lower. Inhale, arms lift. And exhale, lower. On your inhale, arms lift and legs straighten. And as you exhale, side stretch. Inhale through center. Other side, exhale. Center. And arms lower by your side, exhale. Knees bend, chair pose, inhale. Right arm lowers, reach it back, exhale. Arm lifts, inhale. Left arm lowers, exhale. Arm lifts, inhale. Right arm, exhale. Inhale, lift. And left arm, exhale. Both arms lift, legs straight and inhale. Side stretch, exhale. Inhale, center. Other side, exhale. Inhale, center. And now bring hands to your heart, exhale. Align your elbows and your wrists, take a full breath in. And exhale, lower the chin. Breathe in. Right ear, right shoulder. Breathe in. Chin back to your chest. Breathe in. Left ear, left shoulder. And breathe in. And chin back to chest. Inhale, arms lift, gaze lifts. Exhale, both arms lower by your side, gaze lowers. Working with that neck. Inhale, arms lift, gaze lifts, chin lifts. Exhale, arms lower, chin tucks in towards the collarbones. And one more time, inhale. Exhale. On your inhale, knees bend, chair pose. And on your exhale, hands to heart. Find again that alignment, wrists and elbows, then draw the shoulder blades down towards the hips, back of the ribs. Take another full breath in. Full breath out. Bring that image of the wave back here, back to this moment, to your breath, to your posture. One more full breath in. And full breath out. On the inhale, straightening legs, straightening arms. And now on your exhale, bring hands behind you. Interlace them at the lower back, open up your chest. And on your exhale, maybe fold forward, maybe those arms reach up overhead. Chin might tuck towards the chest. Take a full breath in. And full breath out. And on your inhale, release your hands, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Two more like that. Inhale, half lift. Begin to get into those hamstrings here. Exhale, fold. And inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Now on your inhale, find that halfway lift. Right hand can rest or on the mat, on your shin, on a block. Left arm opens up towards the left side. And then on your exhale, left hand lowers and switch. Right arm opens you up towards the right. Exhale, hand lowers. Left arm opens you up to the left. Exhale, lower. And right arm. Exhale, lower. Now on your inhale, bend your knees, rise into chair pose. And on your exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, straighten legs, straighten arms, side stretch, exhale. Back through center, inhale, other side, exhale. Center, inhale, forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale, and then planting your hands, downward facing dog, exhale. We'll pause here for 5 cycles of breath and see if you can again find that wave, that continuum, smooth breath in, smooth breath out. And another full breath in. And then on the exhale, lower the knees, coming into table pose. Hands under shoulders, chest forward, gaze lifts on the inhale. And round the spine, exhale. And then again, inhale. Exhale. And inhale. And round, exhale. Find a neutral spine, right leg rises, inhale. And then on your exhale, cross that foot towards the left. Okay. And plant it, push the heel away, square the hips. Take a full breath in here. And a full breath out. And then as you inhale, lift that right leg. And now on your exhale, bring it to the right side as much as you can. And then pause here, full breath in. And full breath out. And now we'll move between those two places for a few cycles of breath. So with your inhale, that leg comes through center. And then on the exhale, move it to the left. Inhale back through center. And now all the way to the right, exhale. And then again, inhale through center to the left, exhale. Inhale, center, and to the right, exhale. One more time, inhale, center, staying with your breath, exhale to the left. Inhale, center, and exhale to the right. Now on your inhale, back through center, and then lower that knee, coming back into table pose. Same thing on the left side. So left leg rises on the inhale, and now it crosses over to the right and pause there. So plant the ball of the foot, push the heel away, square your hip. So the right hip might need to draw back, the left hip forward. That lower belly is drawing in. And now we'll move between, we'll pause now. On your inhale, come back through center, and then bring it all the way to the left. And let's pause here. Take a full breath in and full breath out. And now with your breath, on your inhale, back through center and cross to the right, exhale. Inhale, center, and all the way to the left, exhale. Back through center, exhale to the right, center, exhale to the left. Inhale, center, exhale, right. Inhale, center, and exhale, left. Now on your inhale, bring that leg back through center, and then lower the knee, coming back into table pose. Let's find some cows and cats. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, round. And adding the feet here. Inhale, tuck your toes. Exhale, untuck the toes. And inhale again. And exhale. And then find again a neutral spine. Take a full breath in here. And then on your exhale, come onto your forearms. Okay, so whether your knees are lifted or not, see how this feels. Okay, so elbows straight under your shoulders. Okay, and you could plant your hands and have the forearms parallel to one another, or you could interlace your fingers here. And I will do that same thing that we just did from that table pose, but now on our forearms. So with your next inhale, that right leg rises. And then on your exhale, cross it towards the left. Inhale, bring it through center. And now to your right. And to any degree, it doesn't have to come up high. And then back through center on the inhale. And then to your left. Inhale, center. And then to your right. One more time. Inhale, center. To your left. And inhale, center. And to your right. And now on your inhale, back through center, and then lowering that knee. Now we'll do the same thing with the left side. Okay? Inhale, left leg rises. And exhale, cross it over to the right. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, to the left. Inhale, center, to the right. Inhale, center, to the left. One more time. Inhale, center, and to the right. And inhale, center, and to the left. Now as you inhale, back through center, and then lower that knee. And then coming back onto your table pose. So come back onto your hands, spread your fingers, lift that chest and that gaze on the inhale, and then tuck your toes, downward facing dog, exhale. So 5 breaths. And then as you inhale, walk your feet to your hands. And on your exhale, forward fold. Grab opposite elbows. We'll take 3 breaths here. Lift those sit bones up. Drop the crown of the head down.
And then as you inhale, lower the hands, head heavy, arms heavy, make your way up to stand. And as you get to the top, inhale, bring the shoulders up by the ears, and then exhale, release them down. Turn your palms forward and inhale, arms lift. On your exhale, side stretch. Inhale back through center. Exhale to the other side. Inhale through center. And now interlace your fingers, turn the palms up, push those palms towards the ceiling. And then on your exhale, lean towards your right, pushing the palms away. And then as you inhale, come back through center and lean to the other side. Keep pushing those palms away. Inhale back through center. Now arms wide. Bring those fingers towards your shoulders, and then with a neutral spine, fold all the way down. Bring hands to your shins, halfway lift on the inhale. And then as you exhale, we're going to plant the hands. So you could plant them on the floor, you could plant them higher, and we're going to send the right foot all the way to the back of the mat. Okay, we're going to bend into that front knee. Back knee is lifted, heel is lifted. Okay, and then as you inhale, we're going to lower the hips and we're going to lift the chest and the gaze. And then on the exhale, we're going to straighten or work towards straightening the front leg. And then two more like that. Inhale as you come forward, gaze up. Exhale, move back. One more. Inhale, forward, gaze up, and exhale back. And then once you've got those hips back, let's pause here. You could move your hands, bring them a little closer to you. You could bring them straight under your shoulders. And then here, square your hips. So you're drawing that left hip back and that right hip forward. And see if you can find that stretch in the back of the left leg. Try to look for a neutral spine here. And remember, you can bring the floor up, okay, whether it's placing blocks under the hands, whether it's placing the hands on something higher, a chair in front of you or a piece of furniture. Take another full breath in and full breath out. And then as you inhale, bend into that front knee. Okay, and we're going to keep that back knee still lifted. We're going to plant the right hand down. Okay, again, block, floor, and then the left hand's going to come to your left thigh. And then we're going to push that thigh away and we're going to turn the belly button towards that left thigh. And breathe here, and if you can keep this, you might lift that left arm up towards the ceiling. Full breath in. Full breath out. And another full breath in. And then on your exhale, that top hand lowers. And we're going to step that back foot forward, coming into a halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. On your inhale, arms wide, rise all the way up to stand. And on your exhale, bring hands to your heart. Take a breath in and a breath out. On your inhale, arms lift. And as you exhale, side stretch. Inhale, center. Exhale, other side. Inhale, center. And now find the awkward interlace of your fingers. Turn the palms up and again, push those palms away. Stay rooted and grounded through both feet. Take a full breath in here. And now side stretch. Keep pushing the palms away. On your inhale, back through center. And now to the other side, exhale. Inhale, back through center. Arms wide, fingers towards your shoulders, neutral spine. Keep reaching the crown of the head forward and down. Halfway lift on your inhale. And now on your exhale, Plant your hands, and we're going to step the left foot to the back of the mat. So same thing that we did on the right side. So you could have hands on blocks, hands on the chair, okay. And any amount of bend into that front knee, but try to really straighten through that back leg. And then as you inhale, deepen, so drop the hips, bring that chest forward, maybe lift your gaze. On the exhale, straighten the front leg. And then again, inhale, coming forward, lifting the gaze. Exhale, moving back and looking straight down. And again, inhale, exhale. And one more time, inhale and exhale. And now staying in this position, maybe scooting those hands back. And you're going to work into that right hamstring, drawing that right hip back as you push the left hip forward. And remember, you don't have to have the hands on the floor. It can be higher. You're trying to get into the back of the leg here. So anything you need to do to adapt the posture, and then find that smooth breath, that wave. Take another full breath in, full breath out. And then on your inhale, bend into that front knee. And I will plant the left hand, and we're going to bring the right hand to the right thigh. So that back leg is still strong. Okay, press through that back heel, and then use that right hand on the right thigh for a little leverage, just to turn the belly button towards the right. You might find that your shoulders begin to stack one over the other one. And if you can stay like that, you can reach the right arm up towards the ceiling. And find that breath. And then another full breath in. And on your exhale, lowering that right hand down. And we're going to step that back foot forward. Coming into a halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Inhale, rising all the way up to stand. And exhale, bringing hands to heart. Breathe in here. And breathe out. And then as you inhale, arms will lift. Exhale, side stretch. Inhale through center. Exhale, other side. Inhale, center. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. And planting your hands, downward facing dog, exhale. Full breath in here. And full breath out. And another full breath in. And on your exhale, lowering your knees and finding your table pose. So we'll keep working with the hips here a bit. So with your next inhale, that right leg is going to open up to the side. So the knee is going to stay bent and it's just going to lift. 90-degree angles. Exhale and lower the knee. Inhale and open. Exhale, lower. Inhale, open. Exhale, lower. And now on your inhale, open. On your exhale, straighten the leg. Inhale here. And then lower that foot down. Exhale. Toes are pointing forward. Arch of the foot is aligning with your left knee. On your inhale, right arm reaches out and then up towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, that right arm threads under the left and reaches. And then again, inhale as you open. Exhale to thread. Inhale, open. Exhale, thread. And now as you inhale, open. And on your exhale, hand lowers. Inhale, that right foot rises. Exhale and send it all the way back behind you, toes point down. Take a full breath in here, draw the belly towards your spine. And on your exhale, draw that knee into your chest and round your spine. Inhale and lengthen. And now knee to the outside of the right elbow, exhale. Inhale, lengthen. And knee to the left elbow, exhale. Inhale, lengthen. And now pivot on the left knee, open up towards your right. It's a modified side plank here. Right arm reaches up towards the ceiling. Right foot might be lifted. Pause here for a moment. Full breath in. And now on your exhale, lower that right foot down. So here, press through the outer edge of that right foot. And as you inhale, we're going to rise. Right hand is going to come to the outside of the right leg. The left arm is going to reach up and over, getting a stretch through the left side of the body. On your exhale, lower that left hand down to the mat and then reach up and over with your right. And then 2 more times like that. Inhale to lift. Exhale, reach forward and down. And 1 more. Inhale, lift. And exhale, forward and down. Now as you inhale, just the right arm reaches up. And on your exhale, come back into table pose. And let's find some cows and cats, anything to reset here. So if you need to take a child's pose, do so. Inhale, chest forward, gaze up. Exhale and round. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. And round. Exhale. And then we'll find a neutral spine. We're going to do that sequence, if I remember everything, on the left side. So when you're ready, that left leg is going to open up. Remember, knee stays bent, more or less 90-degree angles here. And then on your exhale, knee lowers. And then again, open on your inhale. Exhale, lower. And inhale, open. Exhale, lower. And now on your inhale, open. On your exhale, legs straighten. See if you can take another full breath in here. And then as you exhale, foot plants. Okay, remember that alignment between knee, arch of the foot, more or less. And then the left arm reaches out and up. And then as you exhale, left arm threads under the right and reaches. And again, inhale, open. Exhale, thread. And inhale, open. Exhale, thread. And now as you inhale, open. On your exhale, left hand lowers. Now on your inhale, left foot rises. And as you exhale, send it back behind you, toes point down. Take a full breath in here. And exhale, knee to chest. Lengthen, inhale. And knee to the outside of the left elbow. Lengthen, inhale. And to your right elbow. Lengthen, inhale. And now pivot on the right knee. Modified side plank towards your left. Find that outer hip, outer thigh. See if you can lift through that area. Take a full breath in. And then as you exhale, plant that left foot. So again, we're trying to align knee, arch of the foot here too. Press through the outer edge of the foot. And as you inhale, rise up, left hand to the left leg, right arm up and over. On your exhale, reach forward and down. Get length in that left side of the body. Reach those fingers forward, far away from that left foot. And then again, inhale, up. Exhale and lower. And one more time, inhale and exhale. And then as you inhale, reach that left arm up, and on your exhale, come back into table pose. And let's find an inhale, bring that chest forward, lift your gaze, spread the sit bones. And then as you exhale, round your spine and then lower the sit bones towards your heels and come all the way into child's pose. Reach those fingers forward, get an extra stretch here through the fingertips. And then on your exhale, allow your elbows to bend, rest the forehead towards the mat, on a pillow, on a block. And just notice if there's a dominance of the exhales here, some kind of relief. Notice if there's a dominance of the inhales, you know, a grasp for air. And then eventually that breath again balances out and it becomes smooth once again. More of a continuum. Again, that image of that wave that goes on and on and on. And take another full breath in, full breath out. And then with your next inhale, let's come again into downward facing dog. Find again that length in your spine, sit bones reaching back. And then from downward facing dog, walking the hands towards the feet. And bringing the feet wide, bring them maybe as wide as your mat. Okay. And find a slight bend in your knees. And then turn your fingers and walk your fingers through your legs. And they might be on the floor, they might be in the air. Just imagine that you were trying to get your upper body through the legs, reaching behind you. And take a few cycles of breath. You might bend your knees even deeper. That might allow you to reach a little further, letting the head go. And then as you inhale, bringing those fingers back through center. And then we'll play a bit with a squat here. So bring your heels in and toes out. And you might need to play with the distance between your feet, okay? So play with that. If it doesn't feel good, balance out that distance. And then we're going to bend into those knees, lowering those sit bones towards the mat. Okay, know that here your ankles might be lifted, or your heels might be lifted. So depending on the flexibility and the bone structure in the ankles, those heels might never come to the ground. Okay, so you might be with your heels lifted, and that adds an extra challenge here because there's a balance factor coming in. So you could play with that balance factor. Okay, at the same time that you're opening the hips, or you could plant something under your heels to find support. So a lot of times you could place a blanket under those heels, or you could roll up your mat, and then your heels have a place where they can rest. Okay. So again, it's up to you, see what your practice calls for today. And we'll just stay for a moment. And again, you could stay, you could come in and out of it using your breath. If you're coming out of it, use your inhale to lift, straightening the legs. And then your exhale maybe to lower. And to lower to any degree, it doesn't have to be all the way down. You don't have to straighten all the way up. Think about those knees widening as if you were trying to get them behind you, towards the space behind you. And see if you can think about that spine lifting. We'll take about 5 more cycles of breath, so make this practice your practice. And wherever you are, another breath in and breath out. And then we're going to rise. So from here, try to use your legs, your thighs. Push the floor away as you begin to lift, straightening those knees. And then reach those fingers all the way up towards the ceiling. And then on your exhale, turn your toes forward and then fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold. Now in your forward fold, notice your legs, notice the position of your knees, your thighs. And now encourage counterposing that hip opener. So now you're kind of closing the hips. You do that by opening the sacrum, sit bones, and then drawing the inner thighs towards the space behind you. So an internal rotation of those thighs. And you could grab opposite elbows in front or behind the legs. You could sway a little bit. You might find some open mouth exhale, so emphasizing the release. Maybe there was some tension held up. And maybe after those open mouth exhales, that breath again smooths out. That wave becomes more uniform. And taking another full breath in. And breath out. And then releasing those elbows and walking your hands forward, coming all the way into a plank pose. See if you can keep that internal rotation of your thighs in your plank pose here. So now the inner thighs are reaching up towards the ceiling. Heels are pushing back, crown of the head reaching forward. Maybe you lower the knees to the mat. Take another full breath in. And then as you exhale, lower the knees and come into a child's pose. And your choice here, knees together, knees wide, arms in front of you, arms by your side, and 5 breaths. And on your inhale, lifting that spine, and then making your way into a seat. Legs come in front of you. Once your legs are in front of you, we're going to open up that back body a little bit more. So we're going to straighten the legs and think about that inward rotation of the thighs that we were just talking about. So same position for your legs here. This is the inward rotation. So sometimes you might bring your hands underneath your thighs, grab the inner thighs, and then pull those inner thighs underneath and out to the side. So that's going to encourage a bit more of that internal rotation. Flex the feet. So imagine that you were standing in that forward fold. It's the same position. It's just that now we're on the ground. And then as you inhale, reach the arms up overhead. And on your exhale, lower the hands, frame the legs. Okay, now guide with your chest. You're reaching it forward first and then down. So imagine a string pulling your chest towards your toes. Okay, so that's the way you get into hinging at the hips rather than rounding that lower back. Okay. You might feel almost as if your sit bones were trying to reach back behind you. And then try to keep this neutral spine, shoulder blades drawing down. Back of the neck is long. Breathe in. Breathe out. And another full breath in. Stay with that internal rotation of your thighs. And then on your exhale, let yourself round over the legs, drop the head. And now find 3 cycles of breath. Breathe into that back body. Keep your legs active. And keep your eyes, your jaw soft. And as you inhale, slowly rising up. And then bending the knees. Bringing the hands in front of you. Inhale here. And exhale, come halfway down. Take another full breath in. And on your exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. And once you're on the mat, back body is grounded, we're going to bring the knees into the chest. And we're going to work towards a figure 4 on each side. So we'll cross that right foot over the left thigh. And here you could plant that left foot if you want. And see if you can get a stretch through the outer right glute, right hip here, just by drawing that right knee away from you. If you want more of a stretch, you bring that left knee towards you, that left thigh towards you. So right hand is going to push the right knee away, left hand is going to draw the left thigh in. Both feet are flexed, so we're protecting both knees, we're using both thighs here, engaging both thighs. And then see if you can get some stretch, some sensation in that right glute, outer right hip. And finding that breath. And then with your next inhale, straighten both legs up towards the ceiling. Support them with your hands and find a little rotation in your ankles. And then bend into that right knee. And again, you could choose to plant that right foot and then cross that left ankle just over that right thigh. And you're coming into that figure 4 now on this side. And you could choose to stay with that right foot on the ground, or you could bring that right thigh in. Left hand now is resisting, so it's pushing that left knee away. Right hand can draw that right thigh in. Feet are flexed. And again, using your thigh muscles to keep that, especially that left knee in this case, stable and protected, because you're applying a certain amount of lateral force to the knee, and that's a tricky thing to do. So you really want the muscles around it to protect it. And again, you play with the amount of force that you apply to drawing that right thigh in, to pushing that left knee away in order to get that sensation in the outer left hip. And take another breath in, another breath out. And then with your next inhale, again, reach both legs up towards the ceiling. And then you could support your legs with your hands and then just let the legs open wide. And here depends, you could stay with the hands supporting them, or you could add the hands to the inner thighs, adding a little bit more pressure to those legs opening and getting that extra stretch through the inner thigh. See if you can keep that back body grounded all the way from that sacrum, lower back, mid back, shoulder blades. And then as you inhale, those legs rise up, and then bend those knees and plant your feet. Okay, so some gentle bridge poses here just to find some space in the hip flexors now. So arms by your side. And as you inhale, lifting the hips. And exhale, lower. And find that wave again. Inhale as you lift. Exhale, lower. And inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And one more time. Inhale and lift. And exhale, lower. And then bringing the feet wide, knees rest against one another, and bring hands to your belly. Actually, bring one hand to your belly and one hand to your heart. And now tune into that wave of breath. Inhale, the belly rises. And then the chest rises. Exhale, the chest lowers. And then the belly lowers. And then inhale, the belly rises. The chest. Exhale, the chest lowers. The belly. And you might take a few more cycles of breath, just noticing that wave again of breath and movement. And then eventually just allowing the breath to be an automatic breath here. And finding your way into Shavasana. or any comfortable position. And letting go of the doing, and then allowing the earth underneath you just to hold you for a couple of minutes. Physical body rests and the mind watches. Let's bring that awareness back to the breath. And let's use that breath as a guide to find again some movement in the body. And then eventually, as you're ready, rolling onto one side. And taking in that transition, that pause. Finding again that breath in. Maybe exhaling out with a sigh. And then eventually making our way up. Maybe unmuting ourselves and then finding a comfortable seat and bringing hands to heart, resting the thumbs at the chest and finding a long lifted spine here. And taking this moment to acknowledge the practice, to acknowledge ourselves for practicing, to acknowledge those who practice with us, to acknowledge those who make it possible. And we'll end with a word that means that the light in me recognizes and honors the light in you. Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste.